to my channel. I'm Shirvin. This is Therapy with Shirvin. It has seriously been a hot minute. I went to Japan for 2 weeks and then Korea for 1 week. And ever since I came back, it's been really hectic and busy. A little bit of jet lag and getting back into the groove of things with work. This week I finally had a breather and got back into my routine. I even started running again. The one time social media influenced me in a positive way. But if you're curious actually about my running journey, maybe I'll make a video on that. I've ran 5 half marathons before and a triathlon. There's actually a lot of mental that comes with running a longer distance. Maybe I'll talk about that in a future video. But I got a new mic in Japan, so hopefully the audio is better, more crisp and clear. The mic that I was using before is quite good, but it required me to be a little bit closer to the camera, which honestly, I'm a little self-conscious about. It's not always the most comfortable being so close to a camera and just staring at the lens, but now I can sit a bit further back. There's just so much more I think I can do with just clipping a mic on my shirt. Anyways, in Japan, I bought this nanoblock from Loft, and I've always bought Pokemon ones every time I go, but this time Miffy is so popular nowadays and I really wanted a Miffy one. This is going to be a bit of a gamba, so hopefully I get one of the top 3. Don't really want these two, but if I get this one with the flowers, I guess that's okay too. We'll see what happens. As I work on building this, I am going to do a little yap session on a topic that I've been thinking about a lot, which is about noticing that I actually don't care so much about what other people think of me nowadays. I feel like I've gotten more comfortable with myself in the past couple of years, maybe since I entered my 30s. I wanted to talk about what I've noticed about that. And hopefully this all looks and sounds good, because once I open this pack and build it, I can't redo it anymore. So here we go. Let's just open it first. All right. My gosh. Okay, let's see. Oh, nice. Okay, so I got the blue looking one in the middle. Honestly, my first preference would have been the orange one, just because that's kind of the OG Miffy. And then my second choice would have been the blue one, because blue is my favorite color. So it's a win. I'm gonna get started on building this, and I don't think it's gonna take too long. It comes with instructions, 2 Lego packs, the sticker for the face. Before I look at the instructions and I get locked in on that, I wanted to talk about how I've noticed myself not caring so much. I remember when I first started my podcast, which was audio only, and when I first started my Instagram, I think it's almost 2 or 3 years ago, probably 2 years ago, I was a lot more self-conscious about what kind of pictures of myself am I putting up? Not just for a professional sense, because some of my clients follow me or that it's a public profile, but I would think more about what would people say? What will people think? But nowadays, I am posting a little bit more about my life. I'm making these videos so you get to know me a bit more, which also means I'm subject to more comments, potentially more hate, more opportunities for me to read about other people's thoughts about myself. A really great thing about making these videos is the fact that I am being vulnerable and putting myself out there, but I'm also practicing just being okay with that, embracing the good enough. In not all my videos, I'm gonna have makeup on, and sometimes I am going to have a breakout. Literally, my skin was so good for the last few days, and then, I don't know if you can see it, but I had a breakout on my chin this morning, and of course, on the day I decide to film, I get a little breakout. But we are all human. We all have skin texture. We all have acne. It's gonna come and it's gonna go. For me, the moment I stopped caring so much about that, about how I might look to other people, I realized I got to enjoy just doing things more. Finally worked up the courage to sit in front of the camera and film a video and talk. And this is all unscripted, by the way. It's just something I've been thinking about, and I'm just saying whatever is on my mind. And what I tell my clients a lot in counseling is the most important relationship you're going to have in your life is the one with yourself. Because if you think about it, you're in your own body and in your own mind 24/7. You are the person you're in contact with the most in your entire lifetime. And how you decide to see that, your perspective on that, is going to make a huge difference. If you're constantly looking for the bad things, the negatives, that's all you're going to see. I use this example a lot, the idea of binoculars, where if you only focus and lock in on one perspective and aspect of yourself, usually it's a negative one, that's all you're going to see. But you are the one holding the binoculars, which means you have the power and control to look elsewhere. And sometimes you might stick a little longer than usual on one negative aspect, but you get to move on from that. Doing that has been so healing for me because now I get to just make these videos for fun. I get to be creative in another way, and I'm learning a new skill. I'm learning how to film. I'm learning how to edit. I'm learning how to talk in front of a camera, talk unscripted. And I kind of do these things all the time when I'm in a session, but I wanted to do this in a different format. So thanks for joining so far along with me on this journey. I'm gonna get started on this first. So I will probably just open the baggies up. Should I use the brute force? Okay, and empty it on the table. As always. I need to give you more than you need as extra blocks, which I appreciate also for Mike because I'm doing with it. Alright, I'm gonna try to brute force this, but might need some scissors. Okay, hold on. So on the topic of not caring so much about what other people think, a really good example that I have is I went to Disney Sea in Japan and I bought a new cup. It's right here. It's really cute actually. There are different little Disney things on this cup. And I was humming and hawing about using this cup while I have my meetings, I have my virtual sessions, because it's like a little bit of a kiddie cup. I thought about it, and honestly, it brings me so much joy looking at it because it's so cute and the quality is not bad. Also, this was $12. So if I spend $12 to lug home a plastic cup from Disney, I'm going to use this $12 cup that I bought. Looking at it brings me joy, and if someone is going to judge me for having a cup that looks a little cuter on camera, then that says a lot more about them than it does about me and my decision. Sure, I could have a solid color cup to use so it's not distracting, but I think if this adds some joy as I look at it each day, as I drink from it, and it's a reminder of my time at Disney, then I think it's much more valuable than that split-second thought that someone might have judging me for using a cup that is a little kiddish. Hydro homies, drink your water. I think that's where you kind of have to weigh that decision when you want to do something, but you're feeling self-conscious about it, or you're going to care about what other people think of you. Maybe if I happen to meet, I don't know, like the Prime Minister of Canada, maybe I'll switch out the cup. Just maybe. If I'm going to be on national TV doing an interview at home, maybe I'll use a different cup. But if I'm just having some sessions, I'm in a meeting where the focus isn't on the cup, which only shows up for a second or two when I drink from it, then I'm just going to go ahead and enjoy it. This type of, rationalizing with yourself is important to do because it's so easy to spiral into thinking that someone's going to see you as immature. Someone's going to think that you're not taking things seriously, you're not professional. But these are all things that we're thinking up in our minds. They are likely not true. I doubt my clients think I'm unprofessional because I'm using this cup, but I can convince myself that it's true, that they are thinking that way. And that's why the way you think is so important. Okay, let's build this first. I thought that I could just mindlessly build this as I go and talk at the same time, but I overestimated myself. Okay. Also, these pieces are really small. Oh my gosh. It's a little warm today, so my hands are kind of clammy. It's a disaster. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're putting things together. All right, the first piece connected. Also, I feel like it's been really liberating not caring so much. Right before I was recording this video, I was counting how many videos I've already posted up to see what I've already talked about. Like I said, this is absolutely not scripted, and I'm just talking about whatever comes to mind today. And I realized that I've already filmed and uploaded 7 other videos, which I'm really proud of, because I think if this was a couple of years ago, I would have told myself, you know, you're not pretty enough, or no one's going to take you seriously, or I'm not good at editing, all these excuses. And another one was I didn't have the right equipment for it. And the camera I'm using right now, I'm really fortunate to be borrowing my friend's camera, which is a really nice camera. But it sat in my closet for, I don't know, 7-8 months, because I always came up with so many other reasons as to why I couldn't film, why I wouldn't do a good job of it. But let's be real, it's not like I have millions of people watching me. And even if I did have millions of people, people choose to watch me for a reason. Honestly, I don't need to come up with so many reasons to convince myself of why, but to just enjoy the process and to share about my experiences online. It's also a way for me to document and to grow different skills too. So truly, it is a win-win. And I always joke about this, but you know, if I ever get a sponsorship from the grocery store, I would be so happy. I would just get snacks. Okay, anyways, if I don't stop talking, I'm never going to finish this. I'm still on step 1. There are 6 steps. Let's just focus on this for a bit. Oh my gosh, that took me so much longer than I would have liked for me to. And I already know my friend, Chris, I'm going to give you a shout out as you're watching this. I already know you are shaking your head, you're judging me, you're laughing at me. But honestly, my hands are clammy. Some of these pieces are so small, and some of these just don't fit too well at times. And I know what you're thinking. Don't make up excuses. Honestly, these are really small, okay? I'm still posting this video anyways, even though you're seeing me epically fail at doing nanoblocks. And honestly, okay, let me correct myself. It's not an epic fail. It just took me a lot longer than I would have liked to. But at the end of the day, it's not like I'm in a competition. It's not like I'm getting a mark or paid to do this as fast as I can. I enjoy the process of building things. It takes time and it's fun, it's therapeutic. It's a way for me to spend my day. I don't have to go rush it. I have these 24 hours that I'm going to live anyways, so why do it in a rushed way when you can just enjoy the process? And that helps me also to not care so much, because I don't feel that need to always have to do everything so quickly, always get it right, always get it perfect. You just watched me fumble on the first 2 steps. But I did it. And I believe this is the head of Miffy. So of course I want to get this right. And now I'm on to step 3. It's okay. And this is a lot of the reframing work that I do as a therapist with my clients in sessions. It's so easy to start spiraling and focus, again, the binoculars, only on the negatives. Another way to put it is 6 months from now, so today is the middle of May, 6 months from now is November. I'm not going to think back on this day in May and judge myself and question, why didn't I take 15 minutes faster to build this? Instead, I'm gonna go look at this, kind of laugh and remember about how much I fumbled with the first 2 steps and really have enjoyed the process. And I'm glad I didn't rush it. And that's one way to help us just focus out of something we're so focused on, this one negative spiral or thought or perspective, and remind ourselves, hey, in the grand scheme of things, it is not a big deal if I spent 1 or 2 hours on this, or if I spent 10 or 15 minutes on this down the road. So if there's been a thought that's on your mind that you've been judging yourself on, remember, it took me almost 30 minutes to build this part. So it's okay. You just do you. Oh, this is so cute. It's the little head with the ears. I am sweaty, I'm tired. These things are so small, and I probably have to do some neck stretches now. But you're stopping yourself because you're scared of what other people might think. Yay! Thank you so much for joining me and watching me on the struggle bus, trying to get this together. This is so cute. I actually really like this a lot. I'm really glad I got the blue one. The next time you question yourself about doing something or saying, it's not good enough, I need it to be perfect, I want you to just take a moment to pause and to think about why. What is your why in doing whatever it is you're wanting to do? You're doing it likely because you want to, or I hope that's the reason why. And if you're worried about what other people might think, just remind yourself that what you think will matter the most, And if they're people that you care about, they're going to hopefully tell you in a way that is supportive, uplifting, and empowering, because that's what you deserve. I hope you take this maybe as motivation or inspiration to do something that you've been thinking about doing. So if you have a cute cup that you want to use, if you want to film something, if you want to do something, do it because you want to enjoy it, because you're learning from it. I hope everyone has a good rest of your day. Thanks for joining me in building this cute miffy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.